Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Tuesday edition of Rasaji Speaks. I hope you had a wonderful day. What is our title of our lesson today? Soul's Connection. Soul's Connection. Exploring the concept of reincarnation and reunions across lifetimes. You know, a lot of people in India have this concept of group souls that incarnate together in multiple lifetimes. I know at the Circle of Chi here, we are always thinking about people that we've moved before, kind of deja vu. Let's see what scripture says in reference to putting on the new self, right? Let's see. Ephesians chapter 4, 22 through 24. To put off your old self, which belongs to the former manner of life and is corrupted through deceitful desires, and to be renewed in the spirit of your minds, and put on the new self, created after the likeness of God, and the righteousness and his holiness. You know, Pope John Paul, which I consider probably the greatest pope in the last 500 years, he had a big influence on me taking a deeper look at Catholicism. Beautiful soul, pontiff for 27 years. There's that number again, 9, 2 and 7. It's 9, return to. A guy who really understood forgetfulness, right? When he was shot and almost assassinated during his drive through Rome, once he was stabilized within weeks, you know what he did? He showed up to the guy's jail cell that actually shot him, grabbed his hands, and prayed with him. He really had a prayerful life. And if you don't think that had anything to do with him being the pontiff that he was, in my opinion, the guy that's the pontiff now is a joke. I'm not even sure he's real. It's about as real as the puppet is in the White House. I'm not even sure he's with the white hats. It's a pretty strong statement coming from a Eucharistic minister who is a Catholic. But I don't care. I speak the truth in the light of truth whenever I'm called to do so by the Holy Spirit. I'm committed to that truth. This guy in office today wouldn't have inspired me to do diddly squat. But Pope John Paul, you know why? They say the average pastor and priest prays 7 to 12 minutes a day. Can you imagine the average clergy prays 7 to 12 minutes a day? I was praying 7 to 12 minutes a day when I was a teenager. And now I'm 68 years young. You have no idea how much time I spent praying and how powerful the prayers are. See, when you come to the Heavenly Father, and it's daily, and you show your commitment with your activity, with your faith, with your diligence, your tenacity, when you show that, he delivered. That's it. So I want you to think about that, right? So souls are traveling over. Well, think about this. How often is the law of attraction working? Before it was called the law of attraction, in the Lamasery, it was called the law of homogeneous species. The law of homogeneous species. When we're talking about human beings, that's probably more prevalent than the law of attraction. But if you're one of Abba's original family, and if your ears are hearing this, it's more than a 90% chance that you are. Then what is the law of attraction of a soul, a sharat, that moves from life to life? Do you think it also has the magnetic quality to draw with it groups of like-minded people needing a similar spiritual experience? What if you figured out that all of us that are here together chose it this time? That's right. That we had been in several rodeos being here, and there was one last rodeo that we all needed to ride and to do together. And we found out Lamaji was coming back, not as Krishna, not as Pantanjali, not as Sri Yukteswar, not as Boganathar, but coming back as Lamaji. And he was here to finish what he started. Instead of building an ascension lamasery, we're going to build a descending lamasery. Grounding, focus, rooting, when the whole world is ascending. And that even though reincarnation and karma, it's no brainer that they're working, but was that Abba or Brahm's original plan? Or was it the backup plan? Was the real plan to come and experience the true chanda, that spirit, mind, and body are but one? Jesus said, "Let thy eye be but single, and thy whole body would be filled with light." I knew a man in the body or out of the body, only God knoweth, for he was raised to the seventh heaven. Interesting. In my Father's house are many, many mansions. If it is not so, I would not have told you. Interesting. Maybe it was meant to do what Enoch did, Boganathar did. Maybe it was meant to one life, one love, one passion, learn through God's way, we would learn his will. And as we executed his will on earth, as it is in his heaven, through us, as it is in his heaven, what would that do to karma? And then what would it do to reincarnation? What would it do the concept of being recycled? It's not so much debatable, really, just unless we're ignorant and arrogant, or both together, which is a bad combination, to think that we haven't lived before. How do you prove childhood prodigies like a Mozart, like a Nijinsky, right? Like a Tom Brady, like a Mahomes? How do you do that if they haven't already been pre-trained? And then if they were pre-trained, where and when and how did that happen? That being the case, maybe it was the backup plan. Maybe the real answer lies in understanding Boganathar and understanding Uncle Enoch. More on Uncle Enoch as the weeks continue. Baraka Bashai to you and to your glorious family. I look forward to seeing you Friday. Yeah, Friday for our training together. I want you to check us out. Go to thecircleofchi.com. Join for free. Right now, it's an open-ended thing. down the road, it's going to be a 7-day trial. Get it while it's open-ended. And embrace, get these teachings emailed to you every day of the week, right? Learn what else is going on in our community and why down the road, maybe it's worth to you more than 50 cents a day to be involved in our organization and go from drinking milk, as Jesus said, putting down childhood things, to eating meat. And there we are. I'm so happy that you're with us today. God bless you and your family. See you tomorrow on Hump Day. God bless.